Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. Tonight, we give you a piece of breaking news. Lorraine Kelly labeled an embarrassing name about Meghan and Harry. Good Morning Britain presenter Lorraine Kelly was left in hysterics as she deliberately made an awkward blunder while talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Lorraine Kelly was very red-faced as she made an embarrassing name blunder when speaking about Sussexes today. As she introduced the news story on the program, she pretends accidentally referred to them as Mary and Hagan, and burst into giggles. She said, "There is more news on Mary and Hagan." Mary and Hagan? Who are they? I am going to call them that from now on. It is affecting me, it really is, as she giggled before composing herself. Before that, on a show of the Good Morning Britain, she also shared, because Meghan is a proven manipulative muppet with no sense of anything but herself. She has ideas of grandeur and thinks no one notices she's nothing but a bit-part actress, not a very talented one at that, who blatantly chased and netted a not-too-bright prince. On top of that, she swanned into our country, insulted our beloved queen, then tried to tell us she was going to update our monarchy. She then proceeded to split Harry away from the royal family. During all this, she rushed to have a baby. I suspect it was in her bucket list. She made a big thing of keeping the child away from everyone she wanted out of her life, then complained no one had asked her how she was. The whole trapping Harry, a huge wedding, spending our hard-worked for tax money, getting £2.30 spent on the home they were going to use done up. After all, she is now drip-feeding through friends her bile about our monarchy, our people, and anything she thinks might get attention. Oh dear, I must stop now or I'll be here all day. The conversation quickly moved on as viewers took to social media to giggle about the faux pas. She was referring to the news story that singer Adele is reportedly helping the former royal couple settle into life in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, New Idea magazine reported, Queen Elizabeth's reign is facing its biggest crisis yet, with the monarch set to withdraw from public life for the foreseeable future. It is believed Her Majesty, who remains in isolation, informed members of the royal family, including her children Prince Charles and Princess Anne, of her decision via private video calls. The reports come amid growing speculation that the 94-year-old may never return to regular frontline royal duties, even after coronavirus lockdown measures are eased. Her Majesty, along with husband Prince Philip, has been in self-isolation at Windsor Castle since March 19. Prior to that, her last public appearance was in London on March 9 at the Commonwealth service held at Westminster Abbey. Palace officials confirmed that the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh would be staying put at Windsor Castle out of concern for their safety during the health crisis. The official added that they are following appropriate advice on engagements, with a royal source telling the Sunday Times the Queen's future diary is currently empty. The Royal Insider revealed, "We haven't cancelled a load of engagements, but nothing is going into Her Majesty's diary at the moment. I don't think we'll see her again for a while," added another palace insider. In usual times, the Queen would return to Buckingham Palace in May and stay there until retreating to Balmoral in July for a summer break. Typically, at this time of year, there would be a number of royal engagements on the calendar, including Trooping the Colour, the Order of the Garter Service, and the Queen's beloved summer garden parties. However, these have all been cancelled as a result of the pandemic. A planned state visit from South Africa is also on hold and investitures are reportedly being rearranged to later dates. For the first time in 27 years, Buckingham Palace will be closed to the public over the summer months. This months-long absence from public life is believed to be the longest throughout the Queen's illustrious 68-year reign. Nevertheless, the royal source confirmed it's ultimately for the Queen's own well-being to forego being a public presence. The source says, the Queen won't do anything which goes against the advice for people in her age category and she's going to take all the appropriate advice. Following Prime Minister Boris Johnson's recent announcement of an isolation exit strategy for the UK, the Palace Insider added that there have already been early discussions about what royal events might proceed in the latter months of the year. But the insider adds that given the Queen's advanced age, they won't be rushing her out anytime soon. Royal biographer Andrew Morton told The Sun there's even a possibility the elderly monarch may never return to in-person public engagements. The author told the UK newspaper, "It's terribly sad, but I can't see how the Queen can resume her usual job. The writer, who penned Diana, Her True Story, suggested that in the future, the Queen may only be visible via TV or video links. The COVID-19 virus isn't going away soon and will be with us for months, if not years, says Morton. It would be far too risky for the Queen to start meeting people on a regular basis. Meanwhile, during these uncertain times, royal pundits have become increasingly interested in the whereabouts and contents of the Queen's will. Former British politician Norman Baker says many people are surprised to learn that royal wills are kept secret. He explains, royal wills, unlike all other wills, are not open to the public. They are kept in a metal safe behind an iron cage in Somerset House. The principle of secrecy for all royal wills was established as recently as 2002 in a secret court hearing. The will of Diana, Princess of Wales, was altered after her death, he says. This had the effect of disinheriting her godchildren, who instead of the substantial bequests intended by Diana, instead received mere trinkets like a gift from Argos. As of 2019, the Queen's net worth was estimated by Forbes at $786 million, with Norman noting that the sovereign grant paid to the Queen has risen more than tenfold over the past 9 years to $162.9 million and adds that she also personally pockets the millions of dollars in entry fees paid by visitors to Buckingham Palace. This equates to an eye-watering inheritance sum to the will's royal beneficiaries, with some speculating it amounts to well over $2 billion, but the general public will likely never know its true final value. And in the last news updated, after once again being forced to push back their wedding, Princess Beatrice and her fiancé, Edoardo Mappelli Mazzi, have their sights set on a new ambition. It's thought that the couple is doing their very best to convince the Queen and other senior royals that they should be seriously considered for taking on Prince Harry and Meghan's recently vacated positions, and old home. Behind the scenes, Bea and Edo have reportedly expressed how keen they are to move into the newly refurbished Frogmore cottage, which is currently unoccupied. Already co-parenting Edo's 3-year-old son Christopher, the couple are planning on extending their family and are keen to put Archie's former luxury nursery to good use. Last week Edo prompted speculation he and Beatrice were ready to leave their current base in St. James's Palace when he posted to Instagram a series of photos of a luxury home, captioning the pics, "Hard to say goodbye to this." But while the couple are in fact still living in the apartment Beatrice once shared with sister Eugenie, they are discussing moving to a more family-friendly home. Both are agreed that Frogmore would be the perfect solution. It is also customary for royal couples to move to a new home after marriage. Eugenie and then fiancé Jack Brooksbank swapped their apartments for the 3-bedroom Ivy Cottage in the grounds of Kensington Palace before they married in October 2018. Kate and William were gifted Anmer Hall by the Queen after their wedding, while she also gifted Frogmore Cottage to Harry and Meghan. It was initially thought that Harry and Meghan would retain Frogmore as their UK base, as per a statement from the palace in January which explained, as they continue to support the monarchy and so that their family will always have a place to call home in the United Kingdom. The couple added that they wished to repay the cost to the UK taxpayer for the Windsor Cottage's refurbishment, thought to be around $4.6 million. It was also reported that Meghan and Harry would have to pay up to $700,000 in private rent to retain access to the property, but it's not known if they have done either. Since then, there's been endless speculation about who will take over Harry and Meghan's many patronages and duties. While no official statement has been made, royal experts say that Beatrice and Eugenie are the most obvious candidates to be promoted. Royals expert and author Phil Dampier tells New Idea that the sisters would gladly step up and do some royal jobs if they were allowed. Biographer and the Crown consultant Robert Lacey agrees, telling Hello magazine earlier this year that, if two go out, two have got to come in. He clarified, "It's quite clear that one of the consequences is that Beatrice and Eugenie will now be brought forward, if they're willing to be brought forward. It's well known that Prince Andrew always pushed for his daughters to be fully funded, working senior royals. However, Prince Charles's vision of a slimmed-down monarchy meant this ambition was never realized. In 2011 Beatrice and Eugenie lost the use of their paid-for protection officers as part of cost-cutting measures. Despite both sisters having full-time jobs, Andrew has always supplemented their finances with his own fortune. But with him stepping down as a senior royal due to the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, it is believed he no longer receives the taxpayer-funded sovereign grant. While this $480,000 per year stipend is not much in comparison to his rumored $110 million fortune, the princesses could be forced to pay for some of their own expenses, so a royal promotion would no doubt be welcomed. My news today is ended. How do you feel about it? Please let me know in the comment section below and we talk about the royal family members. You can also like and share my video for anyone you want. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, goodbye, and see you in the next videos.